The Wave, starring Jessica Alba, Thomas Jane, and Lily Rabe. It is directed by Phil Joanou. This story is largely inspired by the mass suicide that happened in Jonestown, Guyana. In the year 1977, around 900 people died, including women and children. This movie borrows a lot of elements from that incident, but many of the names and dates have been changed for this movie. In the movie, members of this cult called Wave, who were following preacher Jim Jacobs, commit mass suicide. Only one 5-year-old girl by the name of Sarah survives this horrible incident. After 25 years, still a lot of questions remain unanswered, like how did she survive? Why did they all commit suicide? And why were they all following Jim Jacobs in the first place? The sole survivor of the mass suicide, Sarah Hope, played by Lily Rabe, receives a letter from Maggie Price asking her to join her. Maggie Price, played by Jessica Alba, is a filmmaker who is trying to investigate the incident and wants to make a documentary on the mass suicide. She wants to go back to the place where it all began and find some answers behind these mysterious suicides. Sarah reluctantly agrees to join her and returns to the scene of the tragedy. Initially, I was fascinated by the story and kind of wanted to know more about the characters and where they are going. Sarah is one of the main characters that the film focuses on, but she has the biggest flaws in the movie. She is not well defined in the movie at all. For example, Sarah has this premonition about one of the crew members, and the next day he goes missing. Why doesn't she tell anybody? And later on, the reasoning that is given for this is not believable. I like Lily Rabe and she was fantastic in American Horror Story, but I wish that her role was better written. Finally, we come to Jim Jacob, played by Thomas Jane, who is a preacher and the founder of this cult. He is loosely based on Jim Jones, the real cult leader. I won't say much about his character, but I will say this. Thomas is good in his role, but the story lets him down. The most screwed up character of this film is Karen Switzer. At one point of this film, you are left wondering why is she doing that to her daughter. Alright guys, so my final thoughts on this film. It is a horror movie which tries to tell a story in a new and unique way, but the film loses the scary factor midway through the film. There are jump scares here and there, but it doesn't work. The second half of the film is not as good as the first half. The ending is very inconsistent. I give this film a 5 out of 10. Stream it rather than buying it. If you're looking for a scary movie, then check this movie out. The Skeleton Key. It has a similar vibe and similar themes in it. So just check it out. Let me know. Alright guys, so let me know what you think about this movie and which is your favorite horror movie. If you like this video, then subscribe and hit that like button. Thanks for watching.